Oh yeah, you already know what time it is. We're back with some more Fire Force heat. And you already know it's a banger. But unfortunately it's quite a quick one. But hey, still heat nonetheless. So grab your golden Oreos and pink lemonade. Them shits fire. Now on with the heat. So we see Arrow shooting arrows at FAERIE, so Lil Bro got Weave Nation certified and called her trash, saying her aim is doodle garbage.
You're dirt. You're doo-doo butter.
But whole time she was letting them things loose to provide SHO with footing so that he could get active in the air with FAERIE. And as he pulled up, FAERIE got the smiling. You already know in anime nothing good ever comes from a nigga smiling. Smiling in anime is the equivalent to a nigga saying he got them hoes hand straight certified. So he stopped SHO mid-charge and something falling, arms dangling in the air. But it's crazy how he's falling and still looking tough at the same time. So Arrow with her finance assisted SHO so he could get back in the mix. But you can't make this up, the nigga's still smiling. I'm not gonna hold you, I would've wrapped it up right there and told Shorty to send me back. Cause why is this nigga still smiling? I swear I ain't tell a joke, this is absurd. So SHO tries to slice his neck, but FAERIE manipulated gravity, sending him falling towards outer space. But Arrow's assist badge on Hall of Fame, she do not miss. Helping SHO out once again, and look at bro, he ain't smiling no more. And SHO put up with the quickness, slicing FAERIE in half. Oh, well, it's like I spoke too soon. Apparently this nigga's okay. Cause why else would he be cheesing so hard after getting sliced in two? Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Inka's in high spirits because she sees that something interesting is about to take place today to where she won't be bored. And look at bro right here, just straight aura forming, and I'm not mad at it. Bro look clean as a bitch. Even had Ogun mesmerized, but he spots Shinra in the air and notified Captain Pan. Which bro's like, oh no, why is he there? Kadeen jumped straight to conclusions, calling bro the enemy. But Ogun told that nigga to relax as Shinra pulled up to stop the Titan just like them. So Ogun tells Pan to send him to Shinra as Kadeen was being a hating ass nigga saying Shinra's a devil who killed his mother. But Pan blew that whistle with aggression. How is that possible? Don't ask me. And he looked at bro like, nigga, if you don't shut up, straight humbled bro immediately. So Ogun makes his way to Shinra and suddenly he spots SHO, who is thinking back on his recent attack, stating how he felt no resistance. As he sees FAERIE reforming like he's a Logia from One Piece. And as he's analyzing the situation while moving towards FAERIE stops him in place. And since SHO can't move, this was a great time to chat. So SHO asks FAERIE how does his power works, which FAERIE starts to break it down in detail and states that he uses an Adola burst to manipulate the laws of gravity by embedding particles which compose matter and using an Adola burst to increase their mass and control gravity at will. And by adjusting the strength of it, he can bend the path of light, and by changing the direction of gravitational pull, dropping SHO into the sky is made possible. Crazy how bro got so much control over the fight that he can break down his whole ability with no interruptions. So SHO's surprised that FAERIE can use an Adola burst, which FAERIE starts to talk about how SHO refused him of being his guardian, and I don't blame him cause look at his guardian. Arrow is certified baddie, a solid 10 out of 10. But he also goes in on how SHO abandoned his duty as a pillar, therefore betraying the evangelist, becoming a lost pitiful child. And he starts talking head on Arrow, stating that she hides in cowardice letting loose arrows, and that if SHO had let him protect him, he would have never let this happen. Hey bro, really a W mans, he just wanted to look out for bro. So Arrow assisted SHO and FAERIE hid his presence as Shinra's falling. And Ogun tried to go for the save, but SHO beat him to it. So Ogun pulls up on them, but SHO pieced out. Meanwhile, Kurono is packing up the Titan, excited as hell cause it's now weak enough for him to have some fun. And with that, he completely booms the Titan with a big smile on his face. And panning on the other side of things, Iris starts seeing things, so she leaves the gang as they were watching the battle unfold at sea on the TV screen. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Yona started telling his backstory during the time after the Great Cataclysm's failure, where he was able to enter the real world with the insects due to the Adola link having grown stronger. And after packing up a human, he came across a little girl who he tried to capture and was stun locked when she started glowing. And soon after found a caravan of survivors from the Great Cataclysm, which he then came across Raffle Smith, the caravan's leader, and killed him, then shapeshifted into him. Then starts going in on how he recreated Amaterasu and produced pillars to link the world with Adola and establish the Holy Soul Temple. And panning on the other side of things, Iris finished the prayer. Meanwhile, back at sea, darkness emerges from the sea where the Titan was destroyed and is now covering the entire pillar, as FAERIE stands on top of the pillar. And with that, the pillar erupts. Meanwhile, Shinra has an Adola link with Inka, where he tried to get info out of her on what's going to happen in the Great Cataclysm. But she's like, you assume it's going to happen, as she can only see a future that's guaranteed to happen. So she tells bro that he can fly so fast that he can go into the past to then see the world before the Great Cataclysm. So she hops on his back as she will be accompanying him, and started talking about how he's going to jump into the past using super speed, and that they will fall in love with each other. But bro said, stop the cap, I know you see a lot, but even you can't see the flames of love. Not gonna lie, that's some shit Sanji would say, but yeah. And with that, Shinra turned on the jets, flying faster than the speed of light into the past, as they were now broken down into particles. So they start to see the past before the Great Cataclysm, and as Shinra's in deep thought, bro's entire anatomy starts to change, as he loses color and turns into a sketch. And Inka disappears. Meanwhile, Shinra now has an elongated body and starts seeing real life people like me and you. And I'm not gonna hold you, I'm actually in Fire Force. For those that can pinpoint where I'm shown within the slideshows of real humans, I'll send you $1,000, no cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
So as Shinra's looking at the humans, he starts to feel an overwhelming sense of insecurity that chipped away at all of his blind faith that he was sane. A strong feeling of nausea and vertigo now holding back insanity. And with that, bro wakes up in the past strapped to a bed with new drip and changing hairstyle. Then he suddenly hears the man on the news mentioning the 5th pillar, which left Shinra in shock. And yeah, that was Fire Force Season 3 Episode 12 in all its greatness. You already know this episode is absolutely pure heat. A solid 10 out of 10 for me, cause Fire Force never miss. Now, with that being said, if you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We moving. Also, I'm taking recommendations, bro, so hit the comments. And more heat on the way.